Shaksham. This is looking good. This is a lot of great progress from last week. Keep it up. I want to give you some of my thoughts and notes as feedback. The first thing is, and maybe this is going to sound like a really big deal, but I don't think it is, and hopefully it won't feel that way. But if you can get him walking in place, I don't know. So there's that big control. I don't know if you're animating that across the stage or if you're animating his, like center and his feet forward to get him to move across the screen. But if so, it'd be great if you could get him to walk here in the middle in place and just have him walk in place. And so you can do that by removing all of the translation data off of here. And of course the feet are going to be messed up, but all you have to do is keep the part of the curve that moves his leg forward, and you'll need to adjust the curves that move the feet forward, but it shouldn't be like a total redo or anything. The motion from the plant to the back foot, that change can remain the same. It's just then you're going to have like a flat curve otherwise. Anyways, that'd be great to see. And also I'm gonna encourage people to steps, just so we can take a little closer look at everything that's going on here. But I will take a look at where I think your poses, your main keyframes should be. This is more going to be like a passing frame, so I probably won't talk about it there. But this is the contact pose to contact pose. Yep. So they're opposite legs, but the inverse poses are going to have similar notes. I would just tip the torso forward a little bit, maybe not as much as this angle that I've drawn here, but I would get it forward a little bit. This stuff is looking really good. I would try to like straighten this just a little bit. I don't know if you need to move the foot a little farther. It doesn't have to be like perfectly straight, but maybe you can straighten it out a little bit more. I think also it's going to be true of the back foot. This is looking nice. This leg here that's straight, that looks pretty nice. But you may try to keep that same relationship while like tipping up the back foot a little bit more. Some of this geometry is going to change because I'm going to encourage you to rotate the hips back like this. So this is the side here, and this is the front here. So, rotate the hips back there, because then the triangle of the body, I guess it's a little bit like parallelogram, but it'll reach a little bit more. Like this foot will be able to reach a little bit more forward, and the back foot will be able to reach a little bit more back. Thanks for putting a pose in on the hands. I saw your notes. Looks great. I'm trying to evaluate, so one of the things when they're walking in place, it's easier for me to evaluate like what the motion is on the head and everything else. All right. So the notes I gave for this are going to be the same for here, just flipped, you know what I'm saying? This pose, I would drag this foot back a little bit more, not have it come forward so quickly, you know what I mean? Like this foot is going to need to like peel up off the ground. These are just tiny adjustments too. But maybe, I want to see it. So the arc that the foot takes is it kind of goes up a little bit, and then it swoops down as it goes into the plant. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but this pose here is kind of like this part of the arc. If you're kind of tracking the ankle or any part of the foot, it should kind of do something like this. And it seems like it's coming forward here a lot, and I think we need to kind of like get it to kick up a little bit. And then here, just as a small thing, make sure that the foot is totally flat here. I can see it's still kind of in the process of rotating down, but I think from your contact pose, and I wouldn't be afraid to like maybe try to kick this up a little bit. It's a matter of personal preference, but in these two frames, it'd be really nice to see that foot like hit the ground and be totally flat, because I feel like a lot of the weight would, you know, if the back foot is coming up off the ground, then most of the weight would be here on this foot. This passing pose looks really good. I like the height that this foot is getting. It's high, but it's not too high. I feel like this point might be, maybe you can just straighten this leg up a little bit more, because this is kind of where it's supposed to be. If I'm tracking the pelvis, it's at the full apex height of what it's doing, and I think if you get this leg straight, it's going to help with that. Yeah. And then this is fine. This is good. I feel like the angle on this foot is maybe a little too aggressive, so I'd maybe like flatten it out, you know, get it to where it's barely up off the ground like you did in the other pose, and then just flatten it out maybe as it kind of transitions into, you know, this pose, your front pose, you know. So I think that what you got going on here is looking pretty solid, and maybe it feels like a lot. I really don't want to, you know, I say have him walk in place instead of walk across the stage. If you need any help with that, just give me a shout, and I can set up office hours, or I can help you get him walking in place like quickly. If it seems like a little overwhelming, or if it seems like it's gonna derail you greatly. That's not the intention, but I think we'll be able to evaluate like little overlaps on the head and the torso and the arms a lot better if it's kind of in the same place. All right, I don't want to spin on that too long, but just know that help is here for you. If you need it, reach out. But great work, great stuff. Keep going. All right, bye.